Hey folks, this is BestInSlot, and no, your eyes do not deceive you. What you are looking at right now is Horror Park 1.0, last seen June 2022. The game updated, and unfortunately Horror Park 1.0 died at that point in time. But the other day I was loading into Evolution 2 and I was clearing out some old save files, deleting things I didn't think I'd need anymore, and I nearly deleted Horror Park 1.0 because it hasn't worked in so long. But I thought, you know what, I'll just load in, I'll just give it a go, give it a little try, and lo and behold, Horror Park 1.0 is back alive. And you know what, I've done so much more in this park than I realized. We literally have one episode to go. This is all the room left right here. So welcome to the final episode of Horror Park, I suppose. Kinda wild. Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that. So I'm not going to give you the catch-up tour. For those of you who've seen the playthrough up to this point, of course you'll already know what to expect. But that means the next video we can do our full walkthrough playthrough of Horror Park when we finish the build in today's video. And there, you know, you'll see everything. I'll give you the full park tour next time around. Really excited about this. This is really cool. So if you're also excited or you're interested about the idea of playing a horror game in Evolution 2, please do throw me a like down below. And remember to subscribe if you're new to the channel for lots more Evolution 2 in particular. Lots of dinosaur stuff in general, but more Evolution 2. We're going to hone in on Evo 2 a little bit more going forward because I've been neglecting it a little bit lately. And it used to be my thing, and I kind of want to push for that a little bit more again. So lots of focus on Evo 2. There's our the fire sticks. These used to denote the way to go. Of course, we've been using Mr. DNA in Horror Park 2.0. And so the thing about Horror Park 1.0 was that an earthquake has struck Isla Nublar, right? And there's these sort of chasms in the world opening up. And I really liked this idea of the finale being like a little bit like the ending to Halo 2, where you're in the Warthog and you kind of have to do this epic jump over the gap at the end. And I remember it not working whatsoever. So I kind of put a little bit of slope in there. So it's still a jump, but it's not really a super epic jump. But the car really only gets about that far. And then, so the exit is going to be over here. So this is all the room. Look, if we go into the map here, you can see we have no room to build in whatsoever. We were right at the cusp of everything, except this little bit over here. So we need to build ourselves the arrival point, which, for our intents and purposes, is actually more of a an exit, I suppose. And you know what? We're going to use the Jurassic Park one because it's got a lovely big helicopter on the end. Okay. So, you've made the epic jump, right? You think you're there, you think you've made it to the end, you think you've reached glory. I had a bit of a thought. I was trying to think of ways that we can make it more like a video game, right? And I thought what we should do, because we've got these lovely fences from Cryogenic, right? We've got these, where's the one I'm looking for? Pine hedge, maybe? Let's have a look at that. How tall is that? Oh yeah, that's the stuff, right? So what I was thinking is, you know what rich people like and that they have in their big grassy areas? People love mazes. What if we built a maze that it's the best way possible, I think, to turn Evolution 2 into an actual game, because there's no way to cheat your way through it when you're walking around as a player. You have to walk through the maze. You have to navigate and find your way out of the maze whilst being pursued by a dinosaur. So that's how Horror Park is going to finish, and we can put dead ends in there, we can have some statues in there, and all this kind of jazz. okay, pretty happy with it. Obviously, nothing super duper complex. You may have noticed I changed tact at one point. I had this about 50% bigger, I suppose, technically. It felt like the walls were a little bit too far away. I'd like it to be even tighter than this. Who wouldn't? But, you know, it's nice when you can feel a little claustrophobic and like it's choking you out a little bit, you know, in a sexy kind of way. Let's throw in some trees at the side to kind of push for that a little bit more. It is, you know, if you get it right the first time, not very complex, but I think it's got a good chance to trip people up a little bit. I'd say I took a design from the interwebs, but I did mix it up a little bit. I added some extra little things. Their exit wasn't in the same place, and I added a few more routes that weren't there and little blockades and stuff like that weren't there, just to make it a little bit trickier because, you know, it's kind of the whole bloody point, isn't it? Right, so you land over here. Now, I think in a way we kind of have to try to justify why this maze would exist in the area, but I also want to have a little fun with stuff in the maze. So let's do that first. Fun is more important than not fun. I've always said that. And also, really good idea to have live flames next to foliage. Who amongst you says that's not a smart idea? I'm not going to put foliage... You can already see... Wait, actually, that's a good point. Can you see the gate? Nah, not at all. Lovely. I think this... I know the route, and I suspect when we try this out, I will get lost. If I put in a fire thing... Let me just try this out. It's important that you can't see this from miles away, right? It's okay if you see it from here, because you can't get through this way in a way. So then you're just sad, really. It's important that you can't see that from like here, for example. No, because it can. I think it gives the game away a little bit too much, unfortunately. If actually, what I would like to do, I don't know if this works. Let me just give. I'm gonna try. If I hold B, if I just sync that a little bit. Right, is that gonna work? Is that still going to function? It looks a little silly, I know, but yeah, I mean, it still works. I just wanted to hide the these bits here that were sticking out a little bit too high for my liking. You see how tall they are here above it. So if you sink them into the ground instead, then yeah, why not? Yeah, why not? Yeah, that's much more subtle. Love that. Okay, and what we can do though is a lovely jubbly path leading the correct direction, like so. Am I using... Yeah, I think I'm still using the mod from Thingamajiggy's mod, Norfire's texture mod, which includes these lovely jubbly pathway thingamajiggies. So that's the exit there. That's glory and success. Now we need to mess with people when they get in here a little bit. So how do you mess with someone? For example, let's hop into the correct button. And right, so you've gone down. What's the worst passage to go down? It's this one over here, I think, because to get here you have to go Oh no, it's this one. All the way around the corner, and then what awaits you around that bend? It's Mr. DNA, just mocking you, and then you have to work all the way back. It's a bit of a trek. Let's have some feces on one of them. You know, that's your reward for making it all the way down there. And the other one I want to mess with are these statues. He's really cool. So these are made by Scary Face over on Nexus, and they've got a modded texture by Norfire to give them this kind of rusted bronze, aged bronze kind of look, which looks really, really cool. So I think we want some of those waiting for us. It's a dude, little dude. He's going to sit there. Actually, there's going to be a gaggle. I just like the idea of it being a bunch of weird stuff. If any of you have watched my Planet Zoo series, and you remember the little American town park we did at one point, we did a maze, just like we did like a corn maze, and we just hid loads of weird things around every corner. I like the idea of there being dinosaurs. Hey, this is the finale, you know? I like the idea of there being dinosaurs like along the way, and they feel like something appropriate for a hedge maze, I would suggest. Hopefully without giving the... I don't know how this is going to look. We're just going to try it out, basically. Don't want to give the game away. But yeah, we're just going to populate it with some. That's a huge Signoceropteryx. Jeez Louise. I thought something stupid down here. Can you actually get down there, right? Yeah, okay, that's quite a trek as well. So we need something What would mock people? It needs to make fun of people. Log. Good old log. Remember, we've got all these new decorations and exciting things that are not in the original horror park. Like, they're just not here at all. We're gonna have to think of a way to... Like, we need this bit here, I think, to be like a really epic finale. You know, it should feel like a special moment. I'm gonna put the gates, actually, over that, like so. And have that there as well. You know, this is the triumphant moment. You've made it. You're alive. Congratulations. I'm so proud of you. Maybe a couple of sauropods like in the side, kind of wandering around over here. So it probably doesn't give away too much information, I don't think. That music I just did, that do. I've had that playing in my head. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it signifies in any way whatsoever. But it was in my head for like the entirety of the time I was building this thing. I was just sitting here going do. A statue of Edgar Rice Burroughs. Don't mind if I do. There's Edgar. What are you doing here, Edgar? A bench. Everyone loves a bench. Have a bench over there. Okay, and now do I want to put some trees in here? I think it's going to be really good. We also need to bring in this tree line quite a bit on this side. Should feel safe at this point. This I do want to just feel like a triumphant moment, you know? No tricks, no tricks. Oh wow, no tricks this time. Just triumph. You've earned it at this point in time. You really have gone through absolute hell to get here. So the last thing it needs then, really, is a dinosaur. I've been thinking about this a lot. We've had a Spinosaurus over there. We've had an Indominus Rex. We've had an Indoraptor. I don't know if we've had a T-Rex, but I think it needs to be something a little bit smaller. And what I was thinking actually is using the and I'm open to suggestions if people have alternates. We can always swap for the next video, which has to say is going to be the full tour. But what I was thinking is the Gigantoraptor from the mod we used the other day, which was by let me double check. By Master Do. Yeah, I thought so. Because it's kind of like the ferry. I think we've already got a ferry. It's big and feathery, which I feel like suits a maze, gardeny sort of environment. It's kind of like, you know, bird-esque in so many ways. And yet it's terrifying, which is the key point. I think we're going to rock it. Let's go for a dark colour scheme as well. Can we get like a... Let's see what that looks like. You only get one at a time, so... The only problem I have with this area over here, it's not going to matter later on, but now it does a little bit, is it's... The shadow of the mountain has fallen on us, so, you know, we're never going to get nice lighting around here. Speaking of lighting, you'll probably be able to navigate just because of life. You probably want to make obnoxious noises. These would be here. Typically. I just want to make sure you're kind of being led along. My temptation is to put some lights. Well, we'll come back and we'll see what it looks like at night time, and maybe we'll put some lights in. I'm thinking those big, tall pillar lights, maybe just lighting the whole thing up, or some fire in there or something. We'll see. Actually, another thought. We need at least one spooky statue, right? Like an Atrociraptor racing for you by Edgar for some reason. I like the idea of you emerging around the corner and it's like right in your face, you know? Like a bit of a jump scare. Come around the corner and there's a Nostrolovinator right there, ready to eat your beautiful, beautiful faces. Nom nom nom. Stuff like that. Okay. Right, so yeah, let's check out this Gigantoraptor. How are we looking? We looking sexy? It's a really cool mod if you've ever seen it. Oh, that's pretty cool. It's not red. I was hoping for red. Oh. Oh. It looks... It's one of my favorite mods. It really is. It's got that kind of... You know, that dark is perfect. That kind of greenish dark colouring, and then this burst of colour kind of makes it feel like a poison arrow frog or something like that, which doesn't totally make sense for what we're looking for, but I think it looks awesome, and I think it's a really good shout for the maze. And this thing is just gonna live in here. Let me check my sandbox settings. I don't think dinosaurs, yeah, they don't starve or dehydrate because it was causing huge problems with our Compsognathus. So it should, in theory, be able to navigate around this entire thing, but not be able to leave. So we actually don't know where it's gonna be, kind of thing, you know. When we enter the maze, it will be a surprise to us as well. Let's give this a go. I think that was the idea in the past, and it's not the idea anymore. The idea is to jump over here instead. That's kind of bait, basically. You know, that's maybe that people will try that way. I'm gonna have to move the. Oh my god! Why is it falling over every 5 seconds? I'm so confused. All right, go, 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 go. See what I mean? Like, this is not a big jump, and yet it was nowhere near. And let's live in a magical world where that just works. Yeah, that sounds like a good world to me. And let's check out our maze to finish things off. Of course, next video I'll double check and I'll make sure it works before the next video anyway. So it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. So let's swap things over to nighttime. Quite excited about this. I'm not gonna lie. It was a brainwave. It's like it's 10 past 6 in the morning for me right now, and I was trying to sleep and then I thought, wait, no, I could build a maze. Okay, so you've just landed down here. Crawl your way up the hill. You're tired, you're breathless, you've been through absolute hell to get here. I'm gonna have to deactivate this building. There's been turmoil, put some rocks around there and stuff like that as well. And then you see that, you don't know what the stop sign's doing there, but you see this, you think, okay, this is something. This is. Oh, I love that crackling noise. This is something, this is civilization. You see the wall. You don't know that it's a maze at this point in time, I would suggest. You know, you just see this wall of trees and you think, okay, well, here we go again, more trees. Welcome to my... Ooh, notice there's no P in it. Oh, I get it. And then you open it, you're thinking, maybe this is it, maybe this is the end. You open the gate and you're presented with the wall of trees. And into the maze we go. What will we find along the way? I don't know if you could hear that, but I just heard some footsteps in the distance as well. Oh, hello. Oh, okay. Yeah, I like this. That feels like the kind of thing you would have in a garden, you know? The hordes of people. Okay, let's see. I just wanted to see if I can... I'm looking around the corners on purpose, but I'd like to see if I can, generally speaking, figure out the right way to go. I think they create like a little eerie kind of sense to it. You know, kind of like in every horror film ever made, where there's, you know, a bunch of mannequins and stuff like that. Oh. Yeah, you're perfect. Absolutely perfect. Oh! As long as you're willing to play act a little bit, you can make it work. I believe it's... Oh. I actually thought this was the right way to go. Oh, no. God, look at it. That's what I wanted. I wanted something big enough that you could see its head above the tree line like that. That's very cool. I actually am... Is it that way? I thought it was this... I was sure it was this way. Is it not this... Am I missing a path somewhere? I think so. Is it down... I don't think it's down here, though. Oh, no, maybe it is. Okay, you get to here. You can kind of see the exit there. I think it's down here. But I could be baiting myself in for all I know. I think it is. Yeah, there we go. And see, I mean, I'm the one who built it, so of course... Ah! So, of course, I kind of roughly know the way to go. The hope would be that people wouldn't see this. People! Success! Freedom! What we'll do as well, put some stuff just in front of there, so it kind of looks like you're not meant to be in there. I really like how that looked, though. I know the maze isn't particularly complicated, but I think it's good enough. But I think if we put some stuff in front of the exit... But I don't know, just boxes, smaller things. Just so it looks a little bit more like you're not meant to be there, you know? like it was blocked off a little bit. That's why there's people here, because this part of the park is open and fine. You know, this park is open. There's people at the start as well, like at the very entrance. It's absolutely fine. So this was shut off, but... oh, that has lights on it. I didn't realise. Oh, that's very cool. Why, I never realised that had lights. Are they new? Am I crazy? Did that always have lights on? You know, this should be an area where there are people accessible. You know, and it's just that the maze itself was meant to be off because of what's happened over here. You've obviously approached this area from a direction that they never anticipated, right? There's some dirt along here. Rock, even. Oh, that's my... See, this is the temptation now to go back and change textures because we've got this fantastic pondy, you know, constantly wet texture, which I think could be really cool to create like a spooky atmosphere in certain places, you know. It's really dark. It is really effective, especially around the water. Let's do that in particular. Let's just dapple it around water areas. I'll probably go back and do this. I know there's a couple areas in here that need a little bit of love anyway, so I will probably go back and make some changes before the... I want this to feel lush and vibrant and happy before the tour. But that is, ladies and gentlemen, Horror Park 1.0 officially, weirdly enough, officially completed. Like I say, I'll probably do some more deco stuff and bring it all together a little bit more, but I'm pretty happy with it. I think this is really effective. I don't think it needs a light. I think a light might ruin it. If I was going to put a light in, the one I was thinking was this one. Like, kind of like that. I don't think we want that, do we? No. Nope, we don't. Okay, so we've got the maze. I don't think it really makes sense, but we can kind of justify it, and we've got many, many other things. The next video then, and we'll do this later on this week, we will play through the entire thing. I will try to make it... This park isn't as gamey as the other park was, so I don't have to roleplay quite as much, but we'll try to make it an actual thing. You know, we'll try to throw some effects in there and stuff like that, and try to have a little bit of fun with it. But I'm really glad this is back, and it'll be really cool to finish off the park. I think I might do an unmodded park next, as wild as that sounds. This bit needs a bit of love as well, but yeah, lots of very, very cool stuff here, and hopefully you'll come back in the next video and check out the full playthrough of Horror Park 1.0. Absolute treat. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, please do throw me a like down below if you enjoyed the video and the return of Horror Park, the original. Subscribe if you're new to the channel and want more unique Jurassic World Evolution 2 park builds. I think that's something I can offer. And Jurassic World Evolution 2 updates and paleo media news in general. Sound fun? It does sound fun, BestInSlot. Good point. Thank you, random YouTube commenter. You're so nice. I'll see you lovely folks very soon. Cheers much as always. Bye-bye.
Reaching out.